Good evening, folks, and welcome to Rock Music Talk. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen. This week we pay tribute to a legend, an icon in the rock and roll business, Neil Peart, who I feel is like the god of drumming. To me, he's the greatest drummer that ever walked the face of the earth. And he unfortunately passed away a couple weeks ago. So I felt I definitely needed to do a video for this and pay my respects to the legacy, to the greatness of this incredible drummer. And not only was he an incredible drummer, he was a brilliant man with a genius level IQ, a college professor. That's why they call him the professor. And he's actually the one that wrote most of Rush's lyrics, and the very complex lyrics in Rush's catalog, and I've been a huge, massive Rush fan since the early 90s. I did know some of their songs, but I didn't realize it until I went to one of their concerts. My friend invited me to one of their concerts, and I didn't know who they were at the time, but I recognized some of the songs from the radio. Obviously Spirit of Radio and Tom Sawyer and stuff. So when I heard those songs, I recognized them. That's when I really started becoming a big fan. Of course, seeing them live was just incredible. What an amazing experience. And that was actually my first ever concert, was Rush on the Roll the Bones tour. So I have to thank my friend James for introducing me to this amazing, incredible band and this absolutely phenomenal drummer, Neil Peart. So we're going to pay tribute today by naming and counting down my top 10 favorite Neil Peart tracks. And that's the songs by Rush that really stand out to me for Neil Peart's drumming in particular. So number 10 is going to be Tom Sawyer. That's the song that Rush is just known for. It's their biggest ever hit on the radio, big radio hit for Rush, and that was just the song that established their place in rock history forever, And what an amazing drumming Neil did on that song. And number 9 is going to be Natural Science, of course, from the Permanent Waves album, and this was really the signal of one of their last big epic songs, and Rush is very well known for their very intricate epic songs, especially the early era with multiple time signature changes and very complex, and Neil Peart just goes off on that song. And another one like that is number 8, By Tor and the Snow Dog from Fly By Night. Another incredible one, and I feel he really shines when the song breaks down and kind of quiets down and goes off into that long break, and that's when he really does his thing, Next, number 7 is going to be New World Man from the Signals album. Yeah, it's a song that kind of experimented with reggae rhythms and things like that. There was just some awesome stuff that Neil was doing behind the kit on that song. The amazing cymbal work, and when it comes to cymbals, there was no one on earth that could possibly do what he did with the cymbals. It's like it was just committing open heart surgery. It's incredible how he can work the cymbals and then do the rest of the drums at the same time. I have no idea how he did that. Next one, number 6, is going to be Closer to the Heart. And that's another big hit for them on the Farewell to Kings album. And one of their shortest songs, but it was a radio hit. Go figure, they trimmed down that song a little bit and bam, you have a radio hit. And man, what they did in those few minutes was amazing, especially Neil Peart. And this is when he was really getting intricate with adding drums to the collection. He had such a huge supply of drums on his kit, and all kinds of stuff like cowbell and wind chimes and gongs, and and he used them greatly in Farewell to King's album and on Closer to the Heart. Number 5 is The Body Electric. That's a song that a lot of people don't talk about, from the Grace Under Pressure album, which is one of my favorite Rush albums, and I feel the most underrated. And The Body Electric had such an awesome drum beat. It was very simple, but it was like, it really grabs you, and it's like, boom, da 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 psh, da 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 boom, you know, and as the song goes on, the intensity, he ups the intensity slowly and builds it up, you know. That's one of the things I love about that song. Number 4, you gotta put Xanadu on there, one of their biggest and greatest epic tunes, you know. And that's where he used all like the wind chimes and the tubular bells and all that stuff. He had so much stuff going on with the drums. And of course, number 3, I mean, YYZ is, do I have to even say more? Do I have to explain why that's so incredible? It's their most famous instrumental song, and that's a song when they play it in concert, people go nuts, you know, they just flip out. And check out their Rush in Rio concert video if you want to get what I mean on that. Number 2, of course, is going to be another instrumental, La Villa Strangiato. Just an incredible instrumental track from the Hemispheres album, which was like kind of the breaking point for the band with the long epics and the really intricate playing that they did. They were like almost overreaching, overstepping, you know. But whatever, they created a masterpiece in La Villa Strangiato. The playing in that song is just out of this world, you know, especially Neil Peart. And number 1 for me is going to be, might be a surprise for you guys, it's going to be Anthem from the Fly By Night album, and that is the first album where Neil Peart joined the band, and you know, and I feel like that was just a statement, you know, showing real power on the drum kit and what a drummer can do, and he was just making a statement. I'm here, and I'm here to just destroy the earth with my drumming ability. He's just so powerful on the kit in that song. It's just amazing. That song just rocks so hard, and I love it. So that's it, guys, for the top 10 Neil Peart tracks from Rush. One of my all-time favorite bands, and my favorite drummer of all time, Neil Peart. Rest in peace. God bless you. You like changed my life, you know. I can't say enough about the man. He was just incredible musician. So rest in peace, Neil Peart. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in Rock Music Talk. Tune in and rock on.